Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our podcast. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and follow us on all social media platforms at Get It From My Mama.
Okay.
All right.
Party people.
We're talking about today.
All right, our topic today is why can't our kids read? Why come?
If you give a mouse a cookie,
Why can't our kids read?
why can't our kids read?
Gosh darn it. Hot topic. Najee, why can't our kids read?
You want the real answer?
I don't want the real answer.
You don't want the real
I
answer?
do want the real answer. Why would I want a fake answer?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a sick part because the parents can't read.
So our kids can't read because their parents can't read?
I'm being funny, but the parents is part of the problem. More likely than so, you're not reading at home with them. You're not making sure they sounding out their words and they got what they need for school. That's probably why they can't read. And then when you got 20 kids in a class that can't read with 5 kids that can read, it's kind of hard for the teacher to focus on everybody at one time. You know what I'm saying?
So let's think about when you learned to read. Can you tell me about that? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned to read at home first. I feel like
I didn't teach you to read.
not teach you to read, but you read books at home.
I did.
So that's a start. And then when you go to school, they're teaching you your ABCs.
But what do you remember about learning to read at school?
Okay. So I remember learning our ABCs. I remember actually sounding out words, b, s, k, all of that. But then I also remember coming home, and it used to annoy me so much. But she would ask, "What did you learn at school?" And like go over it, which I felt was like, why are we doing the same thing twice? But obviously that's what was needed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we learned the basics at school, and I feel like it was more so applied at home. Truthfully, honestly.
Okay, so my memory of learning to read was we had alphabet people. So we had alphabet people. So let's say, for instance, if it was the letter M, my teacher would have like the letter M. It was like a balloon type deal. You know what I mean? And it was like the letter M. And that was like what you did the entire week was with the letter M and the munch and the mouth. So we had the visuals, but that was how we read. So if that was the letter of the week, then that's what we dealt with and we learned. And that's fine. If
that's cool, but we ain't have.
Well, that's what we had. Okay. So I remember that. I remember all of the letters being presented. Cool. And we just pretty much went from there. So I remember the letters and I remember the sounds. I remember the little books. I remember all of that good stuff. So I have good memories of learning to read. Are your memories good?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I'm just saying. That's the foundation.
I don't ever remember being scared or embarrassed or nothing. Oh, popcorn reading was a thing too. I always enjoyed, like, I think in 2nd grade it would be like, you know, everybody, let's read this together. And then the next person, you read this word and then you read this sentence. And of course, I'm waiting anxiously to read my word because I can read and talk. Yeah, I want to show that. But yeah, it wasn't nothing scary or bad about learning.
That's cool. I'm just saying, now, though I have good thoughts about learning to read.
I agree.
So reading is a positive thing for me. For everybody, it's not always a positive thing. So
what do you mean?
Some people don't have good memories of learning to read. So some of them didn't have the foundation or the support, so they don't have good memories of it. So
okay.
I'm just saying, I have good memories. Plus, I came from pretty much a text enriched household, so I was always around books. Right.
So it wasn't a daunting task.
No, it wasn't. You know, I have good memories of reading. You know, some people hate to read. Just because somebody hates to read doesn't mean they can't read. Some people just don't like reading, I get which is fine. So my next question is, how do you think a child can attend school for 12 years, reach graduation without being able to read? And who allowed it to happen?
All y'all.
Well, let's answer the first part. So how does that happen?
how does
All of y'all is crazy work. Yeah, how does that happen?
How does a student go to school for 12 years and don't know how to read?
Reach graduation and can't read.
Probably because nobody caught it the first time. I think the first time you are deficient, you shouldn't continue going. You should fix the deficiency and then continue.
Okay, so you're saying that if in the third grade
you're not reading on a third grade level, you don't need to continue. You need to get the third grade reading together and then you go to. Why are you laughing?
I'm just listening to your
Because
analysis.
why would you let a third grader that's not even reading on the third grade level continue to go to fourth and fifth and sixth grade when they can't even get third grade together?
Okay, so what happens if they repeat the third grade and still are not reading on the proper level? This is their second year in third grade.
Some extra tutoring is going to have to happen. Now, I don't know if I would be okay with them repeating third grade again. I think they would have to move on to fourth, and extra tutoring would have to be applied on top of that.
So see what you just said?
Because holding back again?
But that's what happens, meaning they do move them on. And they do.
Okay, but let's go back.
Okay.
Why in the second year is niggas still deficient? What's going on? You didn't learn all the material again. So at that point, you should have it. Now, if again something's going on, you might need to be put into like a special ed class or something, don't you think?
Well, that's the thing that they don't talk about. So we have this viral.
But we need to be real.
We do need to be real. So we have this viral video of a teacher realizing that students can't read or write at just the basic level, but we never dig deeper. So everything you're saying, I'm glad you did say it. Mm-hmm. We never talk about, do they come to school?
Right. Like, are they attending school?
Do they come to school?
Right.
So everything you just said, if we're repeating this grade and it's the same thing that's happening, even though you're trying to apply all these interventions, are they coming to school?
I don't see why they wouldn't be coming to school.
What? We've talked about this before. But again, see,
this is the parent. I don't think children can just decide not to come to school, Mama.
They can't.
Okay.
They can't.
So then we have to look at the real issue at hand.
So let's look at it like this. I'm going to use another analogy. All right. What's your favorite show right now?
Severance. Beauty and Black.
All right. So let's think about Beauty and Black, right? So you watching Beauty and Black. And you saw episode 1 and 2. Then you skipped 3 and 4. Went to 5. Then you skipped 6 and 7. Yeah, then you went to 8. So you got the characters are changing, the plot's changing, all kinds of stuff that's happening. Yeah, you don't know a whole lot. So you blame the writers.
Girl, I cannot blame the writers for me jumping around.
You blame the writers because now the story makes no sense to you.
Yeah.
Right? You missed all of these episodes that connected the story together.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So that's how literacy works. It's the same way.
I get that.
You get where I'm going here?
Yeah.
So when you don't have the foundation,
you can't just skip around.
You can't just skip around. It's not going to connect anything, especially if you're missing school. So let's think about how school works. Here we go again. So if we're studying the letter S, and let's remember when I was in school, I didn't like to miss school because I didn't want to be behind. Yeah, I always knew I was going to have to catch up, and I didn't want to have to play catch up. So if you are learning the foundations of letters and sounds and decoding, and Monday you come, then you don't come back till Wednesday, then you might come Friday or the next Monday, you've missed it. That let us out of there.
Like that. Yeah,
that let us out of there, which means you're not going to even be able to catch up. And if the next week you're doing the same thing, and then the next week, and I don't think the world realizes how much some kids just don't come to school. And we're not talking about that. So teachers can't really do a whole lot if you're not there. So we can't teach what don't show up. You're going to have to show up in order to even get it. Got that?
I
So
got it.
I'm hoping that analogy makes some sense to you. So you be wondering why? Well, why they can't follow the story? Why they can't follow? You'd have missed too many episodes. So how do you catch up? How do you catch up? Because now, if you're in the fourth grade, we can't keep starting the season over
But
every
when
year.
kids do miss school, do y'all provide supplemental things for them to send home?
But you still missing it. Even if I send you worksheets and you haven't been there for the foundation, how you gonna do the worksheet?
That's where y'all come in at.
Absolutely not. And why should they have to provide all of this when you ain't
I'm
showing
saying
up?
parents.
What?
If you are missing school, but because again, I don't know why your child is missing school. That's the whole basis of it. If this week was on S and you know this week was on S and your baby wasn't at school to get S together, you should be at home with your baby working on S.
Why they not at school though?
I
They
agree,
should
but
be
we
at
passed
school
that.
for
They're not at school now.
Especially if you not really familiar with how to teach somebody the letter S and the sounds that go with that. So
see, I'm there about to say my mom was an educator, so it was nothing. If we
taking attendance for granted is not cool, because that's what you're not thinking about. If they're not there, then they're not going to get it. And it's a lot of parents out there that are guilty of going on cruises, doing all kind of stuff during the school year when this is critical time for them to be at school getting what they need.
Right.
It don't matter if they have a doctor's note. You're not there. So that means you're not getting the instruction, which means now you're going to have a little gap in the learning, especially if it's happening consistently. So for me,
I don't understand why your baby is consistently not going to school.
I mean, it's a lot of things. Some people have transportation issues. Some people, their jobs might be different. Some people don't have nobody that'll get their kids. It's a lot of reasons why kids are not going to school or getting there on time. Some people are in between houses, don't have transportation. It's a lot of reasons why. But I'm just trying to help people understand that it's reasons why they can't read. And one of the reasons is
they not coming
attendance. They don't come.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
The lack of actually attending. Yeah.
And just because you hold them back, retention is not intervention. They're being retained, but
retention is not
so keeping them in the same grade, I mean, that's cool. But if we repeating the same instruction, same old same, will anything change if they still not coming to school? Yeah. So we got to switch some things up. And even if we're adding all of these interventions, then which that's what they do. Districts have a ton of interventions, but if they don't come, how they going to get them?
You're right.
So I'm hoping I can help and, understand why some of these seniors, are not where they should be when it comes to reading. All right. So how are reading and writing connected? Because a lot of people miss this too. How are reading and writing connected?
I mean, if you can't read, I don't think you can write either. Reading comes with spelling, context, comprehending what you're reading and writing. So I mean, if you can't read, I mean, you can't really spell to write or create paragraphs and sentences that make sense.
Yeah, because reading and writing requires you to think.
Yeah.
In order to write, you have to have the ability to think critically at that. So if you're already lacking when it comes to reading, writing is going to be very tough. So everything that teacher was complaining about, it made plenty of sense to me,
like
because
starters and all of that.
I mean, they ain't gonna be able to really think critically. So writing is a process. You have to be able to think to formulate a sentence and then another sentence
and make it all come together and make sense.
That requires thinking, whole bunch of thinking.
Because it's not funny, but I mean, I think reading and writing are pretty simple.
I mean,
and
fun. For you,
it's fun.
Yeah, it should be fun for you, especially.
Yeah.
Got another question for you. So, when did missing school and not completing homework stop being treated like a serious problem?
When did it stop being treated like a serious problem?
Yeah.
I didn't miss school a lot. I think it was one time I missed school because I was sick, and even then I came back with a packet to work on. to have to, catch up with. I don't know. When did it stop being treated as a serious offense?
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like some new age stuff.
I mean, I think it's a social media thing, me myself. I think people normalize
Missing school?
and stupidity and not being able to read, not being able to write, making up new languages because you can't
Understand?
write
Yeah.
or spell. Yeah, just make up stuff. So I think it's nobody really
Cares.
yeah, they don't put any emphasis on it. Like how many times do we see kids being rewarded for perfect attendance? I rarely see that anymore. I rarely see
Well, I
anybody
was about to say that's.
bragging about their, perfect attendance. Like that was a big deal when I was in
I was
school.
just
I
gonna say
wanted
that.
perfect attendance,
Same.
So
I got perfect attendance. Yeah.
mhm. And just because made it to graduation, we don't really know what that looks like because we know a lot of people graduating and
Well, because I remember too in high school they didn't play that not coming to school stuff. That's where that seat time and all of that came from. So if you was planning not coming to school, you wasn't gonna walk for graduation until you made up all that seat time. Again, I don't know nothing about seat time, but they wasn't playing that.
I mean, but seat time still exists, but it's the same thing. For me, it's still a slap on the wrist. All that's foolishness to me. Seat time,
Even allowing them to make that up.
all of that's silly to me.
Yeah,
If
just
you're
come to
not
school.
sitting in your seat, then you ain't getting no seat time. That's crazy. Like you go sit somewhere for an hour and now that equals to 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that adds to kids not being
Again,
able to read and comprehend and do what they need to do because it's just not a serious problem anymore.
I agree. I think they should do what they kind of do in college. Like in college, in a semester, baby, I think you allowed 3 absences. And after that,
You
those
drop.
absences will be affecting your grade at
You
that
are
point.
dropped.
So I think if high school started applying that to what y'all got going on, you would see a lot less absences.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you miss a class, that A go to a B.
Yes. So that's it. All I wanted to touch on today was just to think about attendance when you wonder why our kids can't read.
Or why they're behind.
Yeah. Just think about the attendance piece. Anything you would like to add?
I again, thank you for that. I didn't think about them actually like not even coming to school. I didn't think about that.
They don't come.
Again, you're in it more than I am.
I'm in the
but
trenches
yeah.
and I'm
Oh
telling
my
you
gosh.
that, they do not come and you can't teach an empty seat. Even with all of the interventions we have in place, we can't. It's no consistency there because they're not there.
Right.
And just keep the analogy of a
missing a
TV
show,
show. You're
yeah.
missing all of these episodes. You're not going to be able to connect it. And every time you show up to school, we can't start the season over. It's not about to happen. We can't do
Can't
it.
start from episode 2. We
Yeah.
on 6 now.
So attendance is a literacy issue. It's a big issue. A big issue. So when you don't have the foundation, then it's no way we can build from there if you ain't there. I'm sorry. Attendance is definitely going to be connected to achievement. I guarantee you that. Those that show up, they're going to achieve a little bit more versus those who
catching up
are never there. Correct. They're going to always be catching up. Always. It's going to be just a cycle of the same thing. Same thing.
So really think about that because I wasn't thinking about that. You have to show up.
Mm-hmm. Got some tips for him, Najee?
I don't.
Now, how you love the kids and you worrying about literacy and you don't have no tips?
Bring your kids to school. This whole episode was a tip.
I'm just trying to help parents out, really. So people on the outside are acting like y'all forgot that kids can't read. You know this. It was a gentleman before a few years back who went viral. He told y'all the exact same thing. He let y'all know that y'all kids was in the 6th grade reading on the 3rd and 4th.
Level,
it's already known.
It's scary.
And everybody knows this, but everybody acting like they don't know it. You know these kids can't read. My first tip. Know your child's reading level. Every school has all kind of interventions in place. These kids are on all kind of programs every day. Know what level your child is reading on.
You knew what level we was reading on?
Well, back then it was a little different. Y'all didn't have all of that back then to know what level that y'all. We have everything we need to know what level a book is. I didn't know any of that back
Gotcha.
then. Didn't have that information, but I have it now. But I knew enough to know that you could read. I know what series that you were reading. So if
Yeah.
you're reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, if you're reading The Babysitter's Club, yes, you are reading.
Bluefoot High.
That's
Shout out
it.
to you.
So now, if your child is doing AR, Lexia,
Oh, I used to tell them AR
all of this,
quizzes.
we
Nah.
know what level that you're reading on. So make sure
They
you
still do
know.
them?
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
still do AR. Yeah, there's literacy screeners. Everybody has them. So once you get the results back, you need to know, okay, is your child struggling in decoding, vocabulary, comprehension, spelling, writing? And then you can start, doing what you need to do to
Combat
help the
that.
teacher. Yeah, y'all could work together to start to get at these deficiencies. And can your child read independently? Like, give them something to read. All this stuff that's coming home, can they read it? And then can they explain what they just read? You could do that. So know what level they read on. Let them read independently and ask them some questions. Because just because they passing don't mean they reading on grade level. That's where y'all messing up. Yeah. You passed the third grade, but that don't mean you reading on the third grade level.
Right.
Mm-mm. And there's some kids who are reading on a much higher level. So I'm giving kudos to those parents. There's some kids who are reading 1 or 2 grade levels above, which is very good. It's
Very
awesome.
good. You doing the work.
And my next tip, make sure attendance it's a non-negotiable. They have to go. They have to go. They
Yeah,
need
let
to
me
go to
chime in
school
with that. Y'all be with
consistently.
the mental health day. They could. No, they don't need. What are you talking about? What do a kid? What do you mean mental health day? Let them go to school.
They need to be at school. And we have all of these portals and parent portals, Class Dojo. No reason for you not to know what's going on. Check their homework. If they got missing assignments, you need to stay on time. Stay on top of that. You need to manage phone time, screen time, eliminate all of that so they can focus on actually reading.
They shouldn't even have no
and
screen or
understanding.
no phone
Yeah.
in 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm. You
Or
need to
4th.
allow them to practice writing by asking them simple questions and letting them write those things out. Yeah. See if they can actually write and develop a sentence. See if they can do it. Make sure you go to your kids' parent-teacher conferences. When a teacher is asking you something on Class Dojo, respond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make
They're
sure
not
you
bothering you.
pay attention to attendance and reinforce these things at home. That's a non-negotiable. And my last thing is, if you're doing everything on your end and the school is doing everything on their end, you guys come together and you come up with some sort of intervention plan. What do you want to do? What interventions do you want to see? What are you working on? What do you need them to work on? Who's going to provide it? Do I need to add something extra? You know what I mean? Maybe they need a small group. How many people are in? All of that. You can come up with the plan. See how things are measured. Stay on top of it. So if you guys are working on decoding, you need to be working on it while the school working on it. Things are still not getting better. We can come together and figure out what we need to do next. You understand that? You have to advocate for your child. Don't wait for
Period.
nobody else to do that. And this is how you find out if maybe your child is dyslexic. Maybe they can't see the board.
That too.
That happens also. Maybe they can't hear. Some of them, they definitely be failing them hearing tests. So that could be an issue too. So don't wait for the teacher. All right. You advocate for your child.
Period.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. That's it. That's all I got.
That was a great episode. Hope you guys learned something. Nobody trying to come at you.
Yeah, we all have to work together. I said,
we love the kids.
Can't solve years of, missed school, no reinforcement at home. We all have to work together. So you can't do it by yourself. We need the schools. We need the families.
The village.
We all have responsibilities.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Of course, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us comments on what you guys want us to discuss. And remember, we love you guys.